Hello, it's John, Vintage Fisherman. Feeling pretty vintage today. I'm tired. Here's another reel I don't plan on keeping. Going to go to the auction or flea market, which is coming up in the first part of May. So I got a little bit of time. It's March still, so not the end of the world, but we'll go ahead and start taking this apart. Tidewater 30L. Never had one apart before. Never owned one of these reels. Uh-oh. We're off to a nice start. That screw is stuck. It's going to break off. If it does, I'm going to throw this reel in the trash. It's not worth trying to fix. Let's get some coral on there. This reel's been in some salt water. Oh my goodness. Not worth trying to fix, honestly. I believe it's trying to come out. We'll see. When the head of the bolt just goes, bloop. I got it though. That coral is good stuff. I don't think I have the can sitting out here. Kano coral. Best stuff I found for stuck bolts. I just take some of this and squirt in that little bottle. It's like $30 for that little can. You'll thank yourself later for it. It'll last years. That's probably 5 years old. Done a lot of reels. Oh boy. There it goes. Man, she's crusty. I see one problem with the reel already. I don't have the parts to fix it, but it may be okay. Golly dang, come on. A lot of corrosion in this reel. That handle's stuck. This reel might just be trash. Might just be trash. I feel like a cat fisherman could use this reel and I'd sell it to him for $5. Wow. Does it thread off of there? No, it can't thread off of there. Nice. Well, let's see if this will... You see the problem with this reel. One of the ears broke off the drag. It's not the end of the world. Let's see if I can thread this backwards and pop that loose. That might be how it got broke, huh? So I'm pressing the handle off with the drag. Not working. She's stuck. Now I beat up the end of that. I can fix it, but that handle nut's not going to want to go on there very easily, but it'll work. Curl might be working now. This is what happens when you use your reel in salt water and don't take care of it. Goodness gracious. I'm not making any headway at all. This thing's going down in value by the minute. It's almost dumpster material. There it goes. Yeah, there we go. It's coming loose. Just got to get it moving. Yeah, it's loose. It's crazy, isn't it? It's salt. Rust has so much power. Getting more movement. Hey, look at that. Okay. I got my workout for the day. Good time of day. We'll take the broken star off. I don't have one of these, but it's got enough ears left. I think somebody could use it. There's a bearing. We'll get all the rest of that out later. Let's take this cap off. Whoa, almost lost it. There's a spring. Underneath there's a seat. Like that. The rubber washer went down and the seat went on top of it, and then the spring. I think that's the end of the shaft. Yep. Okay. We will take those screws out. There was something stuck up under that handle, like hair or something. Let's take this side off first. Maybe. Golly. Every screw is going to be stuck on this reel. Every single one of them. Okay, this fell out, so I'm just going to put it in order. Funny, they got a bearing and a bushing back to back. It's just weird stuff right there. I generally try to start with the palm size reels on these reels I'm not familiar with, because I can kind of look in there and see what's going on as I take it apart. So. There's your stand screws. Or, see, I'm talking like a pin mechanic, aren't I? They'll be your reel foot screws. Very corroded. That thing's flopping around like a flounder out of water. There we go. Very corroded. Oh, well, I didn't intend for that to happen. God, dog. Got that. It goes right there. Ugly. But it'll clean up. What in the heck? Why would they make it like this? There's a shim under that cap, maybe two. There's just one. I'll take that off. I don't know why that's not coming out of there. There we go. Okay. This has got a keeper on it, just like an ambassador. But how are you supposed to put that daggum thing together like that? There's all the level line. There's a palm side plate. There's a spool. There's nothing to take loose on that. Oh me, this is fun. Ugh. It's made a lot like that Eagle Claw was. Yeah. I guess this is an Eagle Claw. Or it's a Shakespeare. What is it? What the heck is it, people? Shakespeare. Okay. This one's literally going to fight me the whole way. Every single screw. I'm going to have a lot of labor in this thing to give it away to somebody, probably. I'm going to get this one tore apart and cleaned up today, and I'm done in the shop for today. Go get out and enjoy a nice day. Nice spring day here in Virginia. Everything's blooming. Surprised I'm not sick. It usually hits me around May when the trees, the oak trees start doing their thing. Okay, so these two screws I'll take out later and lubricate them and put them back in. Put that off to the side. Yeah, it's pretty, ain't it? So it's made just like the, what is it? It's made just like the Eagle Claw. That was loose. I don't think that's supposed to be that loose. Maybe it is. I'll go ahead and take the bridge out of it. I need to pay attention when I take this out as to how this anti-reverse dog is sitting in there. And that won't come out without pulling that anti-reverse dog back. Wow, this is going to be fun, fun, fun. Why is it so loose? That don't make sense, does it? We'll clean that just the way it is. There's the pinion. I'm laying out the drag. The gear hasn't come out yet. It's decided it wants to stay for a while. Okay, so I can take the anti-reverse dog in and out of it to get the gear in. Don't know why the gear doesn't want to just, okay, there it goes. All right. I'm doing this the wrong way. This was the top. This is the bottom. Because it all came apart the opposite way that I normally do it. Okay, like this. This. So that's the drag system. This stays together. There's your anti-reverse dog. There's a pinion. I've got one small screw to take out right here. Here's your jack plate and yoke. 2 springs. And that's it. Nothing else has to come out of this reel. Well, I could do this side. I'm going to clean it as is. All right, so I'm going to clean this up. And I'll be back in a day or two to put it back together. Hello, this is John, Vintage Fishery. I'm back to put this Tidewater, Shakespeare Tidewater 30 GL back together. Gonna be selling it. It's only got one issue that I know of, and that's one of the ears broke off of that drag star, but hell, it'd be all right. That's the mood I'm in this morning. But no, seriously, it'll be okay. We will put this back together. Gets a spring in there, and this just threads right onto that. Let's see how she goes here. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this part together. Get the cowls out. We will lubricate as we go. Not a bad looking little reel. It seems to be built sturdy, other than the plastic, which that's every reel made nowadays. I don't know how old this reel is. I think I remember them being around probably in the 80s or 90s. No, probably later than that. Probably the 2000s. Those were together, so I'm going to put them back in there together. There was two of them in that stack there. There wasn't anything in between them. So I'm not sure why they made it like it. I don't have a schematic on this. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. Get the spring here and a spring there. And you got your yoke. Goes, the gear goes on the yoke like that, because you've got your, well, you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. It goes in like this. And this is the next thing it goes in. He'll get a little, this is your jack plate. Goes a little bit of grease there. And this jack plate wasn't working great. I think it was just, it needed a good lubrication. We'll find out when we get it together here. Okay. Now, I might have to take that back out. Yeah, I got to take that back out because I can't get the main gear in there with the jack plate in place. My bad. Yeah, let's just lose parts here. There's a, I have to put this back in place. But there's the jack plate and the screw. Let's go ahead and put the main gear in. It's got to be lubricated. I'm on my last week of being off from work with my medical conditions. We're the first week of April. And you'll probably see this video sometime in June. That's how far out I am right now. This goes in. Got to kind of hold on to everything here. But you can't put it in just yet. I got to leave it over to the side. Then the anti-reverse dowel goes in right here. Pliers. The spring hooks over that. I got to get it on there like that. And then this pin goes in like that. And then you should be able to rotate the whole thing around And they go in like that. Now, before I tighten that down, I got to put the jack plate in. It should slip right in here. There we go. So that's the whole assembly. Shit. Sorry about my language, but I had everything going pretty good and then it fell apart on me. Oh, man. What in the devil? Let's put these in first before everything falls apart. What in the devil? At least get one of them in there. Well, I might as well put all three of them in. So you see the bridge is in there. I got to tighten the jack plate down. And then we'll check function on it. It was pretty gummed up, but it wasn't horrible. It's not throwing all the way. Here it goes. That's how it's supposed to work. I think it's just needing some extra lubrication or something. It's extra. There we go. That's how it's supposed to work. And then when you crank it, it throws that around like, let's see that. See, it pops it. Okay, so we're good on this. We're going to put the final touches on. It takes two of the concave convex washers and they oppose each other. Just like this. Then a big bushing. Then a shim. And then a sealed bearing, which I need to probably put some oil in that. Why is it sticking out so far? Probably just need to push it in there or something. I don't know. That's how it was, though. That is exactly how I took it apart, unless somebody else has been into it. No, that's right. Okay, we won't put the handle on it yet because I need access to the screws. That's right. That's it. It's fixed. Here comes the fun. I'm going to take these two screws out right here and give them some extra help. You see all the corrosion that just came out of that? That's not Loctite, that's corrosion. That's nature's Loctite. We'll give it some grease, that'll help it along for a while. And you're probably asking, why, John? Why would you worry about that? It's a cheap reel and it's going... Nobody cares. Nobody will probably ever take those screws loose. Well, it's just the person I am and the mechanic that I am. I pay attention to the details. No matter what people think, I don't care. Details matter. I think at this point we can go ahead and put this side together on here. Okay, before I do that, let's lubricate those 3 screw holes. I think I'm right in doing it this way. Why the heck does it look like that? There we go. So it takes 3 longer screws that go into the frame where there's no posts. The short screws go into the posts. So we'll put those in when we put the posts in. We can go ahead and actually put the posts in on this side. Let's see. This one goes in up here. I would have thought it would be keyed, but I don't see a key for it. Oh, it keys on this side. Okay, that's good. Oh, before I do that, let's give it some help. Same thing over here. So the longer end on the post goes into the thicker cover here. This one you can go ahead and tighten down. This one has to be located, so because it's got the slot cut in it and it will match up to this side. I hope I'm getting this right. My first time I've ever done one of these. Never held one of these reels in my hands. I've seen them in tackle shops, and I'm a bit of a reel snob. If it doesn't have ambassador or pin on it when it comes to conventional reels, I kind of don't get interested in it too much back in those days. And don't even talk to me about an Evette. I won't own one of the damn things. But that's a whole nother story, folks. Okay, so this one goes in like this. Okay, but to put this in, you got to put all this level line together. This is fun stuff. This was really gunked up bad. So this tube goes in. I don't understand why they made it like this, but what do I know? I'm not an engineer. But this goes. This is probably where engineers and bean counters get in a fight, right here. Stuff like this, if I had to guess. And then you can put your worm gear in, I'm going to put some oil on the end of that because I can't access that bushing now. Why is it not letting me access that bushing? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, I see it. There. And then we're going to give it some oil on this end. And then your keeper can go in there. It's just like a keeper on an ambassador. It's the same thing. Nowhere near as heavy duty, but it's the same thing. Okay. And we'll come back and put the pawl in it. Over here, we're going to oil up this and this bushing here, this gear. We'll throw a little bit of grease on the clicker. And that's pretty much it. We will grease this up, that up, that up. Those, they need a good bit of grease push into that foot. And that's not going to work. This has to go the other way. There. It was interfering with that hole right there. So it's something to pay attention to. If it won't go together, that's probably where the problem's at. I'll put the spool in. Spool, get some grease right there. In fact, I'll wipe that back off. I see there's some, that could have been where it was having trouble coming in and out of gear too. This shaft has some funky wear to it. We'll polish this in too. Let's just take a little piece of emery cloth and put around the shaft and then give it a spin. You could really super tune it if you wanted to and spin this thing on a drill. It's not that important. That's a lot better than it was. My guess is that's where it was hanging up on this reel. That's a lot smoother. We'll give all that some oil. Don't need plenty of grease on there. This goes on vertical just like that. Not like that. And you have to kind of spin this a little bit to get it to line up correctly, like that. We're going to put, you got two long screws. We'll go into the posts. Let's go to short screws. I'll put the post screws in last. That one's in. That one's in. That's a good sign. That one doesn't act like it wants to start. That's a little disheartening. I'll have to come back to that. All right, got that one in. I'm not sure what's going on with this one. Let's take it back out. It may not be long enough. Now I can't get it out, of course. Let's use my screw setter and see if it'll get it. There we go. What is different about these screws? I don't know, we'll try one more in there. Interesting. Oh, I do have the wrong screw in it. Whoa, come back. Come back. I need to put the long screw in that one. I'm not sure how I got the first one right, but I did. Yep, that's right. Okay, we got 3 screws left here. Okay, I left this one loose on this side, so I'll go back and get it. And final screw and the final post. Now let's put the level line pawl in it. First we can grease it all up good. Okay, that can't be right. Let's loosen this one back up. I can see a problem right here. There we go. It wasn't moving. That thing was supposed to be pinned or locked in there on a tab, but I don't know. It never really locked in. That should be able to move back and forth freely. If not, you got to adjust this where this groove is, where it meets the top of that level line. Then your pawl goes in. You got a little bitty shim that sits on top of it like that. I don't know if you can see that good. I'm going to put just a dab of grease. The cap. Hey, even Shakespeare puts a metal cap on Shimano. How about that? All right. And feels a little tight for some reason. We'll see what's going on here. And we'll grease this handle shaft up just a little bit where it was really corroded when I took it apart. Put that handle nut on there. I boogered those threads up a little bit trying to knock that handle off, so we're about to make new threads with the nut itself. It's okay, no big deal. I could take a thread file to it, but we're good. All right, and your keeper, I will give that just a little bit of grease so that screw doesn't corrode in there. You see a common theme how I build these reels. I use a lot of grease and oils. A lot. Let's wipe it down. All right, let's cut the clicker off. Adjust this. About right there. And it's working. There's your level line going back and forth as it should. It's nice and smooth. Let's see how the drag does. Having trouble getting a full drag out of it. There it goes. All right, let's work it in a little bit. It got better as I worked it. So, all right. Oh yeah, no problems there. See how you put this reel here, you put when you put in free spool. When you crank it over, it kicks it back into gear. Bait clicker works. There it is. One more wipe down. A little shot of oil on the handle. There it is, folks. Eagle Claw GL30. I'm sorry, Shakespeare GL30. Probably not any difference. It's probably an Eagle Claw model, same. I think they made their reels in the same places, but not bad. Not bad at all. This is John, Venge Fisherman. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel to see more. Y'all have a good day.